the vinegar method. A lot of people laugh at this. Even when I first announced that I had tested it and it worked, people laughed at it. But it is very powerful because if you understand what's going on chemically, and also one reason I think that they block hydrogen technologies, hydrogen cars, because we already have those solutions. We already have all the free energy solutions. We don't need chemtrails. We don't need HARP. We don't need any of it. There's no climate change, but we do have pollution problem, right? We do have, because they're doing it. The same people who are harping on about, the pun is there, of course, for HARP, but harping on about, climate change, they are the ones doing all this massive destruction and polluting the world constantly while they fly in their private jets. And so the vinegar method, okay, of course, is an action you can take by putting out hydrogen. So through the acetic acid and through the evaporation. So it needs to be evaporating. So if it's a cold climate, it's not going to work unless you're boiling it. So I'm more frustrated in the winter because I can affect the chem crap over me less. But when it's warmer, I can put it in I put in a black, turkey baster pan, and I let it evaporate, and it can affect the chemtrails around me. Usually they dissipate quite quickly. If it's not dissipating quickly, you might need to boil it. If you have a barbecue, you can do it on there, or you can boil it ahead of time and bring it out, but you need to increase the evaporation. What happens is there is a hydrogen-based chemical reaction and an acid-base interaction that's happening. And I think a lot of the things they're spraying are very alkaline. And so now you're bringing an acid into it. And because of the addition of the hydrogen ion creates a chemical cascade, like a chain reaction. So if you get enough acetic acid up into one spot, it can create a chain reaction that can clear the chemtrails in your area. And I've had people doing experiments all the time, and they say, yep, I did what you said, Amanda, and now I have a clear spot over my house. And they take before and after pictures. So you can do this experiment at home. I noticed the acetic acid will only work with some types of chemtrails, not all chemtrails. So that's also an interesting thing you can mark down to see which days it's worked for and which it hasn't. And you can begin to even mark and map out a pattern of their spraying. Sometimes they'll just do an X across the sun as a marker, I notice, because they can see that on their radars. So they can track a system, for example. So they might not be doing like full daily chemtrailing, just marker chemtrailing. So there's different behaviors and different types of chemtrail behaviors that you can actually chart and watch if you're a sky watcher like me.